Hi, and welcome to the More 5 Minutes St. Louis Real Estate Market Update for June 2018. I'm Dennis Norman, one of the broker owners at More Realtors. And if you give me about 5 minutes of your time, I'll bring you up to date on what's happening in the St. Louis real estate market. Before I get started, though, I want to remind you that we are not just the source for St. Louis home prices, sales, and market data, even though we have the most current, accurate and relevant data that you'll need out there. We're also one of St. Louis's premier real estate companies. We have some of the best agents and most professional agents in St. Louis, so please check us out and let us help you if we can. First, I want to talk about mortgage interest rates. I don't always have this in here, but interest rates have been rising and it's been getting a lot of attention lately, and it certainly has an impact on the markets. I wanted to share this. This chart shows the average rate for 30-year fixed rate mortgages, the most common and popular mortgage people get or obtain. And you can see this is going back over the last year and a half. You can see how it's bounced around. Hit a low probably 3/4 of the way through 2017, where it's down between 3.7 3.8%. Since then, you can see it, it had this pretty steady increase. Peaked out a couple of weeks ago at 4.66. Last couple of weeks, it's dropped a little bit, no doubt due to the fantastic economic news that's been coming out with unemployment down and wages up and consumer confidence. All the economic news coming out is great, so that's helping this a little bit. And so anyway, we're at 4.5, about 4.5% for the last week. So historically, still good rates. However, if you're a millennial, this sounds really high because you've had the luxury of living during a very low interest time period. But historically, 4.5% is still low, but it does have an impact on the market for sure. Now let's look at the St. Louis MSA as a whole. So all of the St. Louis metro area, which includes 9 counties over on the Missouri side of the Mississippi and 8 counties on the other side. And here's a 25-month chart. I show this so we can look at the last 2 years. I've got a red line there showing a year ago. There's 3 things depicted on the chart: selling price, the median sold price in orange, the median listing price in green. You see the the relationship between the two, how close they are, especially recently. So things are selling for about what they were listed for. And then also in blue or navy, the number of sales. We're always going to have these the fluctuations due to the seasonality of the business. But if you look over to the far right on the navy blue, you can see number of sales. Of course, it's increasing at this, during this period, during the last few months as we come out of winter and into spring and into summer. That is normal. If we bounce back over to the left and look at 2 years ago to see what the peak was, it hit then. You can see, we're slightly higher now. If we look at the median price, the orange line, what they've sold for, we see a steady trend line up there from 2 years ago too, which we'd expect. Now, if we just look at sales where we are now, this time versus the same time last year, you can see a little bit of an upward trend, not much. Prices, the blue line, definitely more of an upward trend. So we've got prices continuing to go up. We've got sales going up a little bit. But that's probably the lack of more increased sales activity is probably largely due to still a relatively low supply of homes for sale out there. But then it also could be impacted by the higher prices, which is then impacted even further, or could be impacted further by the increased interest rates. So we may see some pressure on pricing if this continues. Okay, so now for the next few charts, we're just going to zoom in on the 5-county core market. This is where the bulk of the real estate activity happens on the Missouri side of the river in the St. Louis area. So the city of St. Louis County, St. Charles County, Jefferson County, Franklin County. This chart here depicts year-to-date home sales, and it goes back for the prior 4 years too. So you can see over here on the right, this is where we're at year to date. And as you look back to the same, going back 4 years ago, you can see the year-to-date sales have increased quite a bit from 4 years ago. We're about 25% higher now than we were this time 4 years ago. However, if we look at up at the top here, I show the change in the past year. We've got 10,357 home sales this year, 10,433 last year, so about the same. There's a slight little decrease there, but pretty much on the same pace as last year. And if you look up ahead at the top, you can see on pace higher than, or on a pace for bigger numbers than the prior years to that. If we look at the median price per foot, which is a great way to really see what's going on with home prices, and also look at the days on market for the prior 4 years. Again, I've thrown up a line there, a vertical line to show a year ago. The purple line on top is sold price per foot. You can see that has steadily trended upwards. So, home prices are, of course, going up, which is what they would normally do in a stable market. The blue line depicts the days on market, how long it's taken them to sell. And you can see as you go from the left to the right, that's been continually decreasing. So it's been very good for sellers. You can see the line there, and there's the prices. So that's an indication of a very robust market. Now here's one of our market update reports that we prepare for the area. At the top, you'll see home sales, again, for this 5-county area. This is for the past 12 months in comparison to the prior 12 months. This is a great way to really look at the trends in the market, and it takes out the peaks and valleys caused by seasonality. But you can see at the top there, home sales for the most recent 12 months compared to the prior 12 months, up a little over 1%. Prices up about 4.6%. Then down on the second row, we can see the trend based upon price per foot. Starting to see prices trend downward a little bit. This is about the time of year we'd start seeing it. After that spring rush in the summer, we'll start seeing prices drop a little bit. And also we may see some adjustments due to the market itself. And down at the bottom there, we show the month supply, the inventory. There's still only a 2-month supply in the 5-county area. And speaking of that, here's month supply by all the various counties. And you can see they're all low. If we look at the 5-county area, I already talked about that. St. Louis MSA as a whole, 2.3 months, all very, very low. 2 of them are up over 3 months, and that's Franklin and Jefferson, and that's still historically low. A balanced market that doesn't really favor buyers or sellers should be about 6 months. Here's price per square foot trend by county. You can see all the counties, the prices are trending downward. Don't panic, it's that time of year. This is just showing what's happening with June home prices versus what closed what the prices were of the houses that closed the month before. So things that closed in May were from the spring market, hot market. So nothing abnormal there. Our top sellers markets based upon the month supply, meaning that there's just like no houses for sale. They're selling out of there all the time. You can see there's quite a few markets that literally have no supply. Some of them are smaller areas, just small markets. But even like Rock Hill, less than a half month supply. Maplewood, just over a half a month supply. Boy, if you're in any of these markets and you've been thinking about selling, actually, if you've been thinking about selling at all, talk to us. It's a great market. And you can cash in on this too because of the strength of the market. We can also show you how to leverage your sale transaction, especially if you're buying another house, to save you a boatload of money on the commission too. So let us share that with you if you would. Okay, buyers markets. Last data thing here. There are a few buyers markets out there. This is all 5 of them. And what we're labeling as a buyers market here is a market that has over a 6-month supply, and there are literally only 5 in our database. Moscow Mills, Pine Lawn, Jennings, Cottleville, Town and Country. Hey, be smart when it comes to buying or selling. Check out our smart guide to buying your home or your smart guide to selling your home. This is not packaged generic garbage like you see from a lot of places out there. These are guides that we have put together with us, our agents, other industry professionals, and we're happy to share this with you. It's a beautiful full color thing. We'll mail it to you, or you can download it or view it online. Go to smartguidetobuyingyourhome.com or smartguidetosellingyourhome.com. Also remember, we have St. Louis's best home search site, stlouisrealestatesearch.com, stlouisrealestatesearch.com. On that, the 800 number at the top, we have real live agents at the other end of the phone. You're not going to talk to a offshore call center. You're not talking to somebody that can't answer your questions. Call that number and you'll get a real live licensed agent. Or prefer live chat on our site, we also have live chat. Same thing. I man that most of the time. Want to chat with me, hit the live chat and be happy to answer your questions. How do I know we're St. Louis's favorite search site? Google it. Google St. Louis' favorite real estate search site. And ignore the ads at the top because they pay to be there. But then if you look at the first real result, it'll be us. Oh, while you're at it, Google St. Louis's best real estate search site. We're there too. So for whatever that's worth. Hey, are you tired of missing out? If you're a buyer, you know in this market it's been brutal. You're probably missing out. Houses are gone before you get there. You make an offer, you find out you're 1 of 14. Check out the coming soon listings that haven't yet hit the market yet, so you can be all teed up and ready to go. We're happy to help you with these. Go to stlcomingsoon.com, stlcomingsoon.com. Also, you own a home. You can find your home's value online in under a minute. Go to stlouishouseprices.com, stlouishouseprices.com. Okay, hey, here's something you won't find anywhere else that I know of. You can search sold prices in all counties, not just St. Louis and St. Charles, where they're publicly available. Jefferson County, Franklin County, Lincoln, Warren, Washington, wherever you are, even where the sale prices are not reported, here you can search just like a real estate agent does. We have access to all the sold prices in all those counties, and you do too now. Go to stlsoldsearch.com, stlsoldsearch.com. Looking for open houses? Want to check out something this weekend? Use St. Louis's favorite open house site, stlouisopenhouses.com, where you'll find all the open houses from the MLS. You can sort view by area, location, high school, whatever. Or you can even pull down a nice open house report, show you everything coming up on open houses. You can print it out. It'll also sort it for you by the time and date of the open house. Go to stlopenhousereport.com, stlopenhousereport.com, and there you go. Hey, remember us. We're more realtors. We're here to help you. And thank you for being here this month. And until next month, God bless you.